Hello everyone, I am Sachin Kumar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at MERI. Welcome to this lecture on the elements of graphic design. I am excited to explore this topic with you and help you gain valuable insights. Let's get started. Learning objectives of this e-lecture. After watching this e-lecture, you will gain an appreciation for the importance of design in our everyday lives. You will also learn the syntax used in design, identify the key elements in a design, and understand how these elements can be used to create designs that are both visually pleasing and informative. Additionally, you will explore a basic approach to creating graphic designs, equipping you with the fundamental knowledge to begin crafting effective visuals. Introduction. The environment around us can be either natural or man-made, and both types have visual features that affect us, whether we are aware of them or not. A graphic design, much like a physical structure, is creating to fulfill the important human need of communication. While we may often overlook the visual elements of design, it is more than just an ornamental pattern. It's a carefully planned arrangement of elements, guided by the design principles, which serve not only to convey information but also to enhance our ability to critically evaluate designs. In our daily lives, we are constantly involved in design, whether we are choosing our clothes, arranging furniture in a room, or taking notes. In each case, we are applying design principles, considering both looks and functionality. Even something as simple as organizing notes involves design with key points highlighted, space left for easy reading, and sometimes sketches added for clarity. Graphic designers work in a similar way, planning their designs by combining elements like images, text, logos, and colors, requiring both professional skills and creativity. Fundamentals of visual design. Creating contemporary printed material is a highly creative process, and while specific steps may vary, understanding the basic elements of design is essential for effective communication. Each design element serves a purpose, and knowing how to apply them can help produce a visually compelling message. The goal of any design is to convey meaning from one person to another. This meaning comes from both the content of the message and how it is presented visually. The content is typically created by a copywriter, while the visual presentation is responsibility of the graphic designer. From the designer's perspective, there are two levels of meaning in a message. The primary meaning, which is direct message communicated through text or images, and the secondary meaning, which is conveyed through the overall visual design. Design elements help organize text and graphics on a page in a way that is both effective and visually pleasing. A designer must understand various design components such as point, line, shape, and tone, as well as how to use balance, proportion, rhythm, harmony, contrast, and unity to communicate effectively. These elements form the visual vocabulary and syntax of design, helping the designer arrange and position the various components to create a unified visual message. With experience, designers naturally apply these elements without consciously thinking about the rules. Over time, the use of design vocabulary and syntax becomes second nature, allowing for more fluid and creative work. Design vocabulary. Design functions as a language that communicates directly with the viewer often evoking emotional responses. Just like any language, design has its own vocabulary, specific elements that help convey the designer's intended message. These elements, including point, line, shape, and tone, serve as the foundational building blocks for any design. Understanding how to effectively use and combine these elements allows a designer to craft messages that resonate with the audience and achieve the desired impact. Now, let's explore the core elements that form the foundation of any design. Each element, point, line, shape, tone, etc., plays a crucial role in creating a visual language that communicates effectively with the audience. Understanding these elements will help you build more impactful and meaningful designs. Point. In geometry, the term point refers to an element that has a position but no extension. In design, however, it refers to a visual element that can be perceived either as a structure or an action within a design. Visual progression begins with a point. Whether we are viewing or crafting a design, a point in design is simple at first. But as the design evolves, it gains complexity. A point can be tangible and real, or intangible and imaginary. An imaginary point is one that can be felt but not seen. The optical center of a blank space is an example of such an imaginary point. When we look at a blank space, we don't see the entire space at once. Instead, our eyes naturally focus on a specific spot, known as the optical center. This point is slightly above the geometric center of the space. To be more precise, if we divide the space horizontally into 5 equal parts and vertical into 2 equal parts, the optical center is located at the intersection of these divisions. This point is typically 2 units from the top and 3 units from the bottom of the space. In many design applications, such as book cover designs, the main elements, usually the title of the book, is placed at the optical center to create a balanced visual effect and draw the viewer's attention. Margin. Margins play a crucial role in page design. They are not typically equal in size. For example, the bottom margin is often larger than the others, ensuring that the center of the typographic elements is set slightly above the middle of the page. A similar concept is seen when framing a photograph for display, where the bottom margin is usually wider than the other 3 sides. This design choice is based on the idea of the optical center, which helps create a visual balanced composition. Instead of relying on precise measurements, designers often use their visual judgment to locate the optical center and create layouts that feel balanced and aesthetically pleasing. A real or structural point, a specific location within a design that naturally attracts the viewer's eye. Examples of real points include the first letter of a printed page, a contrasting element in a design, or a focal action within a visual. These elements hold attention and guide the viewer through the design, enhancing the overall visual experience. Line. When we extend a point, we create a line. Lines, like points, can be either real or imaginary. Real or structural lines are visible in every design element, including the spaces between them. The edges of shapes, for example, are essentially lines. A group of letters forms a line, and the white space around a text block in a book can also be considered a structural line. An imaginary line, on the other hand, is something that we feel rather than see. When 2 or more elements align, there is an invisible connection between them, as if they are held together by an imaginary line. This is often seen when elements are arranged in a way that visually links them, such as aligning text or images, even though no physical lines are visible. We sense a connection that guides the flow of the design. Lines can be straight or curved, thick or thin, smooth or rough, continuous or broken, and real or imaginary. Each type of line evokes a different mood or meaning in a design. Horizontal lines, for instance, can convey a sense of calm or speed, like the calm of the sea or the speed of an arrow. Vertical lines suggest strength similar to the sturdy support of a pillar of the solid branch of a tree. Straight lines provide a sense of direction and order. Broken lines, however, give the impression of a pause or slow movement. Horizontal lines lead the eye from left to right, while vertical lines draw the eye downward. A vertical line may give a sense of firmness, but if slanted, it loses strength and creates the feeling of a fall. Curved lines, on the other hand, suggest grace and movement, like the flow of water or the growth of a plant. Lines can be used forcefully, casually, or mechanically to create moods or express character and personality. Because lines abstract the shapes and figures they represent, they play a key role in convening the emotional tone of a design. Sometimes, however, lines can have unintended effects due to optical illusions. For example, horizontal lines are easier to see than vertical ones and tend to appear longer and heavier. This is because our natural visual movement is horizontal. To compensate for this optical illusion, designers can extend a vertical line slightly and make it a bit heavier to match the perceived weight and length of a horizontal line. Similarly, vertical strips on clothing like a sari can make a person appear taller than they actually are. We encounter lines in nearly every object and space around us. For instance, doors often have vertical lines, while side walls may feature horizontal lines. The real world is full of shapes, and lines are essential in our perception of them. Interestingly, lines often exist not because they are physically present, but because of tone or color contrast. We may perceive lines at the edges of objects, at intersections, or along boundaries in three-dimensional spaces. Even from a distance, objects seem reduced to line due to the way our eyes process. Shapes and contrast. Shape. A shape is an area enclosed by lines, often perceived as a unified entity. When we extend a point into a line and then pull that line down, we create a plane which is a two-dimensional shape. If this two-dimensional shape is extended in multiple directions, it can form a more complex shape with volume, such as a cube. This progression from point to line to plane to volume demonstrates the evolution from simple to complex forms in visual designs. Shapes are fundamental elements in design, each carrying unique visual and symbolic significance. Some common shapes include the square, circle, triangle, rectangle, oval, and polygon, each contributing to the overall composition, balance, and meaning within a design. In design, we tend to impose three basic shapes on what we observe: the square, the circle, and the triangle. These shapes can be combined or varied in countless ways. Each shape carries an essential weight which, though not measurable by an instrument, can be felt emotionally. Larger, darker toned and sharp edges shapes tend to carry more weight, while smaller, lighter toned and smoother edges shapes feel lighter and less imposing. Just like lines, shapes evoke mood and meaning. A circle symbolizes peace, protection, and unity. It can also represent the universe or the concept of infinity. In the Indian context, the circle symbolizes the cosmos, an eternal cycle of existence. The square with its uniform size can feel dull but also stable, often representing the earth. The triangle with its sharp points can convey safety, tension, or dynamism. It can resemble an arrow symbolizing energy or even the stormy aspect of nature, such as lightning. Additionally, it's associated with fertility and rain, symbolizing renewal and growth. These symbolic meanings are widely explored in art, such as in Tantra, where shapes convey deeper metaphysical concepts. When designing, it's important to treat each shape as a separate element. Shapes can be either clearly defined or vague. Clear shapes are easily identifiable, while vague shapes might blur into the another or lack clear edges. To maintain clarity in design, it's crucial to ensure that shapes have visible edges, especially when they are placed within larger shapes. This way, they retain their individual identity while contributing to the overall composition. Shapes also have a proportional relationship to each other in terms of size. If two shapes are the same size, the one filled with more elements will appear smaller than the one that is more sparsely filled. A larger shape will appear even bigger when surrounded by smaller shapes, while a smaller shape will feel more compact when placed next to larger shapes. To make a shape stand out, one can use strong color contrast, value differences, or varied textures. In design, shapes can serve different functions. Some carry information such as photographs, text, blocks, and headlines, while others are purely decorative, such as margins, borders, and white spaces. Decorative shapes contribute to the overall aesthetic and balance of the design but does not necessarily convey direct meaning. Tone. The term tone refers to the relative lightness or darkness of a surface, which is perceived through our visual system. While we experience the world in color, it's the degree of lightness and darkness within colors that allows us to perceive depth and dimension even on a flat, two-dimensional surface. These variations in lightness and darkness are known as the values of a color hue. The tone of an image or design plays a significant role in how we perceive its weight and texture. For example, a composition with light typefaces will appear light compared to one with the same size but heavier typefaces. Additionally, tone can influence the overall weight of a design. Darker tones tend to create a heavier visual impact, while lighter tones can make elements feel more delicate or airy. In design, tones are crucial in creating contrast, highlighting important elements, and adding depth. For example, converting a color image into black and white will still retain its visual characteristic, as the tone differences will define the overall image even without color. Similarly, textures and materials can also affect how we perceive tone. A crayon drawing on rough paper, for example, suggests a textured, tactile surface, while a smooth gradient can create a sense of softness or fluidity. In essence, tone is an essential tool in design for adding dimension, contrast, and emotional weight to a composition. These were the key elements of design. Now, let's discuss more other important aspects that play a crucial role in visual communication. Syntax. Syntax refers to the structured arrangement of visual elements that form a unified design. Just a language allows us to communicate through words. Design operates as a visual language used by artists and designers to convey ideas and create impactful compositions. The various design elements such as point, lines, shapes, and tones are organized using principles like proportion, balance, rhythm, contrast, harmony, and unity. In design, syntax governs how these elements interact and comes together to form a composition that is not only aesthetically pleasing but also emotionally engaging for the viewer. By carefully arranging these components, designers aim to evoke specific responses and create a harmonious flow that guides the viewer's eye and enhances their experience of the visual message. Proportion. The process of designing begins with deciding on the shape for the layout. The most familiar and visually appealing shape is the rectangle, which we encounter in many everyday objects. The ancient Greeks identified the golden rectangle as an ideal form, though the flexibility of rectangles allows designers to adapt proportions based on the project. While squares are harmoniously shaped, they often feel static and uninteresting because of their uniformity. For more dynamic designs, rectangles are preferred. Printed communication often uses standard rectangular paper sizes. Designers typically choose these standard sizes as they suit common formats for books, magazines, and brochures. Once the basic size is decided, the designer divides the space into grids with vertical and horizontal guidelines. A layout with equal divisions can appear stiff and lack excitement. To create more visually engaging designs, proportions can be varied, altering the size of one section. For example, this irregularity mirrors nature, where uneven elements like mountains, trees, and waves are more aesthetically pleasing than uniform ones. In design, different elements such as photographs, text, blocks, and headlines should have contrasting tonal qualities and sizes. The surrounding space between these elements helps define their relationship. Proportion is key in organizing design elements. Larger or bolder items attract more attention, while smaller ones support the overall composition. Grouping elements based on shared characteristic or importance helps create a balanced, harmonious design. Proportion aids in determining the relative size and visual hierarchy of each component, guiding the viewer's eye and ensuring visual appeal. Basic approach to graphic design. Graphic designs begins with thumbnail sketches, which allow designers to experiment with visual elements like shape, line, color, texture, and proportion. These quick, cost-effective drawing help explore different approaches before selecting the best one. Once a promising thumbnail is chosen, it is expanded into a rough layout, incorporating key design elements. After refining the rough layout, the design can be finalized, ensuring effective communication and visual harmony. Grid and guidelines. To create a grid, divide the space into subtle rectangles, allowing flexibility in placing design elements with unity. Some elements can be placed within the grid, while others may stand out in different shapes, adding dynamism and interest. Light pencil grid lines will not interfere with the design, and digital layouts can use software guidelines that can be removed after completion. In digital designs, grids can be created using column options where you can adjust column width, spacing, and margins. The text should be carefully sized, textured, and aligned to complement other elements. The layout should have a clear visual hierarchy with the most prominent elements leading the design and subordinate elements supporting the message. When working with images, size, shape, and tone should be selected thoughtfully to maintain visual balance. For text-heavy designs, break the copy into clear display units and text block to highlight key points in a logical sequence. Simplicity. While decorative and intricate designs have their place, simplicity communicates ideas more effectively and quickly. Designers should focus on how well the design conveys its message rather than on its beauty. A more effective design can be achieved by using fewer non-informational elements, limiting type, styles, and minimizing the variety of shapes and sizes. Non-informal elements include white space, borders, margins, and graphic shapes, while type composition and photographs carry the message. Attraction and curiosity. To create an engaging design, we must ask, does it grab attention? Does it spark curiosity? It's important to highlight key elements, whether through typography, visual, or content. Initial attention is not enough. We need to guide the viewer's eye across the design. This can be achieved through strategic element placement, using abrupt transitions instead of gradual tones, bold typefaces, varying copy blocks, widths, and superimposing line on artwork can help achieve this effect. Large photos and careful use of color, especially bright and complementary hues, enhance attraction. Curiosity can be sparked by properly manipulating information bearing elements, such as making them stand out with contrasting colors or subtle backgrounds. White space around these elements can further draw attention. Movement and progression. In design, it's crucial to guide the reader's eye in a deliberate flow. Movement can be created through variety, repetition, and the use of long horizontal or vertical elements. By adjusting visual elements such as size or color, designs can create a sense of sequence or transitions. Typically, the eye moves from left to right, top to bottom, and from large to small, with unusual elements drawing attention first. Curved shapes and overlapping images can enhance the sense of movement. Fuzzy or blurred edges also evoke motion, as our eyes interpret high-speed movement as a blur. Comprehensibility. A design is comprehensible when it uses a harmonious type style, relevant content, and appropriate color scheme, and a thoughtful arrangement of elements to ensure clarity. The number of design elements should be balanced, neither too few nor too many. It's important to know when to stop refining the design. On way to check comprehensibility is by tracing paper over the design and outlining the main elements. If all elements are clearly outlined, the design is likely effective. However, if some elements are hidden or unclear, a rearrangement may be necessary. Additionally, reviewing the design on a computer screen can help identify areas that need adjustment. Readability. Readability should be a primary focus in design to ensure that the message is easily understood. The design should present the key elements clearly for effortless comprehension. Proper typography, effective use of visual elements, and balanced white space all contribute to readability. The harmony between the typeface, imaginary, and color scheme enhances the overall effectiveness, making to content easy to engage with and appealing to the audience. Production. The layout should be finalized according to production requirements. Content must be compatible with the output device, printing method, and material for printing. Prepare artwork as camera-ready copy on paper, and ensure the computer file is thoroughly checked before submitting to the prepress service provider. Verify the fonts are included, all content is intended for print, and there are no issues that could affect the imaging process. It's essential to consult the printer or prepress provider during the stage to ensure smooth production. Summary. This e-lecture on the elements of graphic design covers the fundamental visual elements, point, line, shape, tone and texture that form that basis of effective design. These elements are arranged using design principles such as proportion, balance, rhythm and unity to create meaningful and visually engaging compositions. The lecture emphasizes the importance of understanding design vocabulary and syntax to communicate messages clearly and creatively. By applying these core concepts, designers can craft designs that are both informative and visually appealing, ensuring effective communication in various contexts. Thank you for your joining us in exploring the essential elements of graphic design. By understanding how to use point, line, shape and tone, you can create impactful and effective designs. Keep practicing and experimenting to refine your skills. Happy designing!